Live from New York, it's Ask an Engineer.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another magical, mystical, and marvelous Ask an Engineer, brought to you by letter M. I'm Miss Lady Ada, and with me is Mr. Lady Ada, and together we're here to do Ask an Engineer. Yay! The longest running live electronics show.
In this luxurious studio. Actually, it's our warehouse.
It's our warehouse. You want to turn on the warehouse cam for a second?
Well, yeah, I did have a warehouse cam.
Let's show the warehouse cam.
It's just kind of what's behind me right there. There's more warehouse.
Warehouse cam.
Yeah.
It's just warehouse on warehouse.
Yeah.
We have an exciting show tonight with all sorts of things and newness and tutorials and LEDs and demos, and we're so excited to be broadcasting here from Adafruit in downtown Manhattan, right in the intersection of Soho, where it's like really good. There's a lot of honking
beep,
outside. Beep. Yeah. Well, we moved to our new location, which is a lovely location, but has traffic. I mean, it is New York, so there's traffic.
9 million people want to come here every day and then quickly leave.
I know they all want to leave, and they all leave.
And they want to leave as fast as possible.
Through the tunnel here.
Through a tunnel under the ground and into the water and then above again. Anyways.
Yeah, it's true. All right, well, so let's go and tell them what's on tonight's show.
Okay, on today's show, the code is PowerBooze. 10% off in the Adafruit store all the way up to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Everything except for gift certificates and Eagle CAD. Lady Ada will be talking about the show and tell. Had some amazing fun folks, and at the last second, everybody showed up. And we didn't get to everybody, but we did get to some folks, and we had some amazing projects shared. Pack the mailbags and stop by. Hey, y'all. I just want to tell you nice things.
This is a nice mail person. Nice
Help
mail.
Wanted jobs board. Talk about that. Some interesting things happening in the world of open source hardware, specifically Arduino. You could probably guess what I'm going to talk about. Adafruit Learning System. The biggest online source of learning guides for electronics, I think, right now.
How many tutorials do you think there are?
Like, probably 800 almost, probably, somewhere around there.
Not yet.
Getting close. Time travel.
754.
754, not bad. Time travel, look back at the world of maker history. Wearables, got a great video from Becky Stern. 3D printing, fantastic, cool project from Noah and Pedro. I got a cool Raspberry Pi project I wanted to share. We got new products. We're going to answer your questions. We're going to have a trivia question. We might even have a little bit of top secret. Who knows?
What? Top secret?
All that and more on, you guessed it, Ask an Engineer.
Yeah.
Okay. 1
hour of fun.
Yeah.
I'm having fun. Are you guys having fun? I hope so.
Yeah. So, Lolly in the show and tell said something really nice. He said he started watching Ask an Engineer, I guess when he was in high school, and then he watched it all through college, and now he's out. And he's doing engineering. He's an engineer.
All
so
right.
good work, you.
We have
one engineer at a time. You've done it.
Bred them out of the cruel earth.
Yeah.
Engineers.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, more engineers.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Engineers are great at parties. They're fun to have around.
Yeah.
They are exciting and interesting. They solve problems.
Yeah, they cause lots of problems, but then they solve them too.
Sometimes they cause problems, but they solve them. Chances are, if
the cause of and solution to many problems is an engineer.
If humanity is going to make it, it's likely going to be because of an engineer, or not because of an engineer.
Dinosaurs, 0 engineers.
That's true. Maybe if there had been engineered dinosaurs, they would have made it. They would have engineered some sort of environmental changes.
Build a telescope already, reptiles. Okay, so
workout.
Code's PowerBooze, 10% off in the Adafruit store all the way up to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard 9. Time, yeah. I'm going to combine words. We still have a deal going on right now. Free UPS ground on orders, 200 or more in the continental USA. That's trackable UPS shipping. And it's free if you spend up to 200. So you can get a deal.
It's a lovely shipping.
Yeah. If you're thinking about getting 3D printers, now is a pretty good time. We just put the Orions on sale, so we only have a few left. Those are the really cool Delta bots. That's a good one. That one isn't a great deal for us to ship for free, but we do. In fact, it's probably the crummiest thing to ship for free.
No, it's fine.
Because there's things called volume. There's volume pricing now with shipping.
Dimensional shipping.
Yeah, dimensional shipping, which goes by volume.
That's right.
So anyways,
and extremely large, lightweight things are extremely expensive. So it's not just how much it weighs, but how big it is. Yeah. Mostly, I think it's like the Amazon punishment, because they're tired of Amazon having these gigantic boxes with one video card or CD in it.
Yeah, and everyone's used to free shipping. So anyways, we have it in there, but it's a deal. If you get 10% off, you get the free shipping. Okay, so show and tell, we do it every single week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes Google does not send out the invites. Sorry about that, but we had some folks who showed up this week, and then some folks at the very end. We had some neat projects.
We did have some people. Look, hey, we try every week. We do the exact same thing. Some weeks it's totally awesome. Some weeks it's
we could do everything pre-recorded and never. We're live right now.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that weird that we're live?
People are watching us live. I mean, anything could happen.
Anything can happen. And you know what? Anything has happened before.
That's true. That sometimes it's not the most fun.
Yeah.
Okay, start off, we had Tony DeCola from Adafruit Northwest. He showed up some projects that he's working on with adding Bluetooth Low Energy central support to Raspberry Pi. So using Linux Raspberry Pi, you can use a BLE dongle and communicate with BLE devices, which is kind of interesting and fun and has a lot of potential for creativity and maker projects that interact with the many Bluetooth-enabled devices out there. So he's working on a framework that uses Blues, and then is Python, which allows you to use Blues a lot easier. Like it can scan for devices, connect them, and then interact data-wise. Noe and Pedro showed off their 3D printed wooden sword that they made with bamboo fill and then stained and sanded to make it kind of look like it was weathered wood. So that's kind of interesting in some techniques, and they'll be doing a tutorial about that as well. They also demoed a future project, a cute little animatronic tail that they're working on with Phil B. So if you want to see some butt shaking, check out that video. I'm telling you, it's a tail. It's on his butt.
It's true.
No way around it.
No way around it.
Isaac Higgins came in and showed off his science fair project on electrical concepts such as open circuit and closed circuit and resistors. And he showed a project that had a potato battery that when you connect the alligator clip, it closes the circuit and it turns on his project. And so he's learning a lot about electronics and teaching others as well, which is something we are very proud of here. So thank you very much for showing us, Isaac. And I hope that you do many more electronic projects for your science fairs going forward. Arcturus came by and showed off a cat ear mask with NeoPixel LEDs, and it's laser cut latex mask and like a trinket and like an ear thing that it kind of clips on. So it's kind of a modular mask that he's designing for someone. And I learned today that you can laser cut latex, which is really neat because latex is really hard to cut. So maybe we'll do a project where we like laser cut some stretchy rubber and like have embedded NeoPixels. Like he's done projects before. It just looks really cool. There's also a vibration sensor, so when he moves the cat ears, they like light up. It's a very neat project and very beautiful. And then Lally came in, and last week or 2 weeks ago he showed off his cell stick, and then this week he's showing off how he built the cell stick. It's a little cellular plus Arduino project. And he used a reflow oven that he made and modified, and he did a lot of really hardcore modifications by adding multiple solid-state relays. There's a convection fan, there's an Arduino, there's a temperature gauge, there's like buttons for controlling it. So it's just a really, really fancy DIY reflow oven. And he gave us some hints about reflow, like using a level to make sure that your boards are perfectly level, because otherwise apparently the parts can start sliding off if they're really heavy. Lining it with gold tape, doing temperature measurements. So that was kind of neat. I like that. That's a really fancy reflow oven. Way fancier than the one that was running Adafruit up to like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even spend that much time on my reflow oven.
Yeah, we've only been using not a toaster oven for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Seems weird.
It was a really nice toaster oven.
Yeah. The spare. So we have this thing we buy. We usually like to have spares of something. So if something ever happens, we can immediately swap it out. So we bought 2 toaster ovens.
That's right.
One served Adafruit really well to do our reflow, and the other one's in our kitchen. and you use it to.
We never used it for reflow. It was always in the box in case it got discontinued. I want to have the exact.
So you usually have a croissant in the morning, and you use the same oven, same type of oven that we had, because we could bought a double just in case it back up.
Yeah, totally. I have to ramp and soak and reflow and then cool down.
Right,
I do that with my breakfast.
How do people get on the show and tell?
So next week we'll hopefully have the invite system working so much awesomer and more people will be invited correctly. And to get on that, if you would like to do that, all you have to do is join our show and tell circle. And in order to join our show and tell circle, you have to go to our Google Plus page at plus.google.com/+Adafruit and look for the comment where we say comment thread where we say post here to get added to the circle. Is usually like AdaBot with AdaBot hands, and it says like sign up. When you comment, we'll right-click on your avatar and then add you to the circle, and then you'll be invited every single week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, to show off your project. Take 2 to 3 minutes. So get your demo ready, get your video cam ready, and show off your project.
Okay. All right, let's start kicking off the show.
Oh, do we say all participants show?
What?
Do we say all the participants then?
All participants in the show and tell get as seen on the show and tell sticker. If you're on the show and tell, email support@adafruit.com, and we will send you out your as seen on show and tell sticker.
I'm totally out of it. I don't remember. Maybe we said that twice, but you still only get 1 sticker.
I usually say it.
Yeah.
It's all good. Okay.
right.
So let's kick off.
Do this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Today's show is brought to you by the letter M. So M is for manufacturing, and this is from our coloring book. R is for robots. Lady Ada's R is for robots. We're up to the letter M. That means we're getting there. So every week we have a different letter from the coloring book. This is M for manufacturing. Do you remember the name of this robot, Lady Ada? We saw one in person.
Ooh, we did.
Do you know the person behind the company? Do you remember his name?
Brooks?
Yeah, very
Okay.
good. So this is
Ronnie-
Baxter.
Baxter,
This is
okay.
Baxter.
I was going to say like Bobot, but no, that's the parallax
This is
thing.
Baxter, and this is you with Baxter, and this is an industrial manufacturing robot, and this is what Baxter looks like. It's a workforce multiplier. And then this is the inventor and the person behind it, Rodney Brooks. He's the founder, chairman, and CTO of this really cool robot. So for M, we wanted to do manufacturing, so we did a great
robot.
illustration by Bruce Yan of Rodney Brooks, and then Baxter, the robot. So that is our letter of the week.
Yeah, he's like the founder of like robotic AI,
Yeah.
and this is a really interesting robot because it's not the first manufacturing robot. We've had robotic arms for quite a long time, but robotic arms, like I don't know anybody who's like been around them, they're like scary as hell. I mean, like you do not want to be anywhere near these things. They will just take your head off. And I think what Brooks was trying to do with this is say like, let's not have these extremely scary and dangerous and like extremely deadly robots that can like kill and maim workers. Instead, let's make a robot that is very careful, like it has full force feedback. So whenever it moves, if you ever like stop it, it will immediately halt. Like it will not be able to damage you or hurt you. I mean, you could probably hurt yourself if you really wanted to, but it has all these protections built in, so it will work together with humans, not as like a scary robot that could hurt you.
Yeah.
Which is great. I like friendly robots.
Okay.
Let's move on.
All right. Next up, pack a mailbag.
Oh, M is also for mailbag?
Yes. This week it is.
Okay.
Okay. We get emails, forum posts, tweets, letters from all you folks out there. This week is from Matt. Thanks for the great customer services. This EE, who now goes to meetings and reads emails for a living, can't wait to start making stuff again with his kids. You guys are great. Thanks again, Matt.
Oh, mail from Matt
Yeah.
on M Day.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want it?
No, that's okay. It's a theme.
What, coughing?
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Adafruit jobs board. We have a jobs board where you can post your skills, or if you're a company, you can post your job.
Yeah, it's awesome because there's no like headhunters or freaky things or like scams, and we filter out every single job posting. I mean, we don't guarantee it's a good job, but we'll just make sure that it doesn't sound too scammy.
Yeah. So this is the one from this week. This is part-time electronic assembly technician wanted. BioLite is looking for a part-time electronic assembly technician for their Brooklyn office. Will include PCB assembly, electronics rework, and light testing. Training will be provided, but some experience is preferred. So the one that I didn't post, and I'll probably do it next week. I just want to read it again. Someone is going to be on like the QE2, and they're willing to let a person stay with them if they teach them electronics during the voyage.
People who go in the QE2 are so like that.
Yeah.
That's such a thing.
Yeah, so check out the jobs board, and I'm going to read it again because I briefly saw it right before the show, and I'm like, wow, like I would like to go on a boat and just do electronics.
What, to teach them or to get
Both.
learned? Yeah.
I don't care. And to just be in a boat and have someone.
I mean, it's the largest
sometimes.
floating library, and like people who
Yeah.
do it, there's always activities, and it's very like people really like doing it to learn stuff.
Yeah.
So this isn't.
Anyways, so I believe that's
It
the
sounds
job
like
board,
fun.
so check it out. Okay, next up, open source hardware and Arduino this week.
Okay. Oh, you need a drink before you start?
No, well, this is root beer.
I know, but
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah, I do need a drink.
But you need a drink.
Yeah.
No, you have to talk a lot.
So here's something we did during the week, and it worked out way better than I thought it would. So we posted up on Twitter and our blog, and we said, hey, if anyone has any old Arduino packaging that has, when Arduino started doing the packaging back in like 2010 or so, the packaging had some very specific things. Who made it, right? Who licensed Arduino to make it? And then it had things like the Arduino name and logo and all this stuff. So if there's a question about how and who made Arduino, it'd be really helpful if we could demonstrate worldwide what the packaging was, right? And there's a current legal conflict between two entities. One is arduino.cc, one is arduino.org. And this is, I think, a very interesting agnostic way to also celebrate the history of Arduino. And so what I did is I said, just put tag or hashtag Team Arduino CC to show your Arduino packaging. The website was always arduino.cc. This is something that everyone looked for, and on the packaging it said it, and then inside the packaging it had some interesting things.
What things?
They had some interesting things. So this is a really old one. This is one of the first ones. This is an Arduino Uno, and someone got this in Germany. And one of the interesting things about it is it has manufactured under license from Arduino by Smart Projects SRL. So Smart Projects was the company that manufactured under license for the Arduino. And this is where this new conflict is. It's coming out of. Maybe there's ownership of Arduino by this company, maybe there isn't. There's all these things that come up. But what happened was all these people from the last like 5 or 6 years posted up all this cool packaging. So that was a really old one that I thought was neat. This is another one. This is the Leonardo. It comes with a little booklet, and it has manufactured under license from Arduino by Smart Projects. And then this is a close-up of it. And then this is one that I didn't see. I forgot about this. So when Arduino was shipping to Radio Shack, they included posters inside the bigger packaging.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And on the poster, it also had manufacturer license from Arduino by Smart Projects SRL. So basically, it's a neat look. If you go to Twitter and you go to # Team Arduino CC, you'll see all the different packaging over the years from Arduino, and very specific things on how they got to where they were. So anyways, it's kind of neat. I feel like there is always someone who's like, I have a mint condition unopened Arduino.
I know.
Finally.
Like you asked me, and I'm like, I don't have any, because I usually just toss the packaging immediately.
Yeah.
But I'm glad someone, many people out there, saved it.
Becky had one from a couple years ago, and we got everybody from like every area of the world posted this, and it was neat because.
So what do you think this means?
What do I think it means?
Yeah.
I think it clearly means that when Arduino was shipping their hardware and Smart Projects was making it, it said it on the package, and it was very clear that it was made under license from Arduino to Smart Projects because it says it on the printed booklets. This is what the manufacturer put in.
Yeah.
So like, that's what it is. So if anyone ever wants to figure out what the history of Arduino was and who was making what, you can look at the packaging itself. Anyways, that's what it means. Okay. Adafruit Learning System. This week we have a bunch of tutorials. Did you know that?
We did a lot. We actually had like 5 tutorials.
So we got a bunch.
Okay.
The first one.
I'll talk about these.
Yeah, this is an easy one because we're about to show it.
How about I just tell you when to click next, and you'll just.
Yeah, that's all you pretty much tell me to do mostly.
This is a tutorial for the PowerBoost 1000C, which is a new product that we'll be talking about later. This tutorial just sort of goes over the design of the PowerBoost 1000C and like how to use it and assemble it and connect it. It's like just a general purpose usage for it. It's the upgrade to our PowerBoost 500C. This one has a smart load sharing battery charger, so you can charge and boost at the same time, and it like does the smart thing where if you have USB plugged in, it'll automatically use the USB power instead of the battery power to conserve your battery and keep it charged so it doesn't get depleted. Okay, next.
Yeah.
Click it.
I know.
Okay. Okay, this is a tutorial by Brennan about how to get Kali Linux working on a Raspberry Pi with a Pi TFT. A lot of people have been asking about this, and so I thought this would be kind of an interesting project to just see like how hard it is and like can you get it working. And Kali Linux is sort of like a hacking, pen testing distribution of Linux. And I think this is based off of Raspbian, I think. Although I don't know the details of it, but we got it working on a Pi 2. We showed how to do the kernel update, or if you want to compile your own kernel, how you can do that as well. So if you want to get hacksoring, and you can like run stuff like Nmap and Wireshark and AirCrack on a Raspberry Pi. Some people seem to want to do that. You can do that.
Okay. And then we have three. We have three Adafruit.io tutorials. So the first one this is from Marco, and this is a created Internet of Things dashboard with Adafruit.io. So he made a bunch of little widgets and dashboards using our .io service that's in beta.
This is just to kind of connect like a humidity and temperature sensor and a light sensor, just kind of like an overview throughout the entire process. And then we also have two more tutorials that are detailed guides about each specific element. So the first one, this is by Todd Treese, is how to create a feed. And a feed is like the input-output bucket of data. So you can either send data to Adafruit.io and it will be your feed, or Adafruit.io can send you data back and that's also a feed. And you can have this publish and subscribe to a single feed. And so he just shows you how to create feeds and edit them. You can make them public or private. You can view the data and you can export your data, because we always believe you should be allowed to export your data at all times, into a CSV file for analysis or editing later.
Yeah, but wait, there's more. So one of the things, we're in beta, Adafruit.io is what we think is going to be the best data service for makers. But we did a couple interesting things. It abides by the Internet of Things Bill of Rights that you help write.
Right.
And we also allow people to put licenses on their feeds. One of the things that we think that's important is if you're collecting data in a public area, you should be able to tell people that you want them to also participate in it, and they also should probably have it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to try this out. We don't really know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But what we want people to be able to do is be able to say, well, this is my weather station feed. If you want to use it, here's how I want you to use it. Mm-hmm. It's a data feed, and also you can always get your data out. We don't want to keep your data. So, anyways, right. that's.
So all about feeds.
Yeah. So the other one, this is an Adafruit.io basics for dashboards, and this is another one by Todd, and this also shows how to do some widgets and dashboards. Mm-hmm. But this one, I've got a little video.
Well, I made a GIF. Yeah, this shows you how to create the dashboard by grabbing widgets, or you can create multiple dashboards, but you could grab and resize widgets, name them, set the ranges, attach them to a feed, and then you can read or write data to and from them.
Yeah. So again, still in beta. We keep extending the beta to some folks that are doing projects, and we'll release it when we think it's great. Okay. That's our thing. Okay. Next up, time travel. A look back into the world of makers, hackers, artists, engineers, and more. This week we have a look back in Adafruit news. Because we blog so much, it's fun to look back through the blog posts for the year. So you could just like type the date in the top. So it's fun to type the date, but then change the year up at the top. So I don't know if you remember, in 2010, almost on this date, we released the first ever CAPTCHA that uses resistors for blogs. And so we made it open source. It's a thing for WordPress. And what you have to do is solve the resistor values to post a comment on our blog. And then recently...
We don't get any spam.
Yeah. Recently we updated our site, and this is Mo the Resistor. And Mo the Resistor is kind of one of our characters. And Mo teaches you how to learn about resistors. And he's cool. He sounds like Keanu Reeves. Like, whoa. And... what's funny is, yes, there could be computer vision that could probably solve this, and someone could. But
you know what? If they do, they deserve to spam. That's a tough problem.
But think about the trick, though. If they do that, then they're going to make something that's very useful for like websites, where you could like point out a website and we could look at the resistor values of electronics project. So no spammers have beat it so far, but when they do, that'll be kind of neat too. But this also turned into something, and this is kind of a neat history for people. So after we did this very kind of basic version, and then we developed the Mo character, we came up with a game called Mohs Resistance. So for the folks who are just kind of new to Ask an Engineer and even Adafruit, here's a little video that we put together.
What if you love solving resistors?
This is a video if you want to learn resistors. Here's how.
This is Mo. Mo. There he is. Mo is a resistor who needs your help to complete circuits.
No, I don't.
Actually, yes. Yes, you do.
I do?
You can't change your resistance on your own, can you?
I guess I could use a little help.
Right then. Cue the iPad. Set Mo's resistance to the correct values to complete each circuit. But be careful. An incorrect value will unleash the dreaded blue smoke monster. Trust me, you don't want to do that. Or play with a friend as you race against time in versus mode.
Excellent.
Nice work, Adabot. Now, it's your turn to set Mo's resistance.
Right on.
Okay, so anyways, a lot of kids learn how to do resistors because we wanted to kind of trick them because it's a video game. Anyways, that's
I don't know. It's fun. I mean, if you
that's where it
cheat, that
came
just
from.
means you've memorized them. That's
Yeah.
good.
Okay. All right. Next up, wearables. So every week we have a show with Becky Stern, Wearable Electronics with Becky Stern. That was today, and we have a wearables video. And this
Project
week,
for Mother's Day.
yeah, Mother's Day could be also used for prom or something seasonal where you attach a flower to yourself,
Or you just like flowers.
or send it to someone. So here we go. All right, that was a cool project.
Blossomy.
Okay. So don't forget, every single Wednesday we do the show with Becky. It's Wednesdays at 2 p.m. We're both trying to Becky Stern every week. We do that show live too. That's crazy. 3D printing. So if you want to see some of the coolest projects online, tomorrow is our 3D Thursday features that we do on the blog.
Every Thursday?
And every
3 p.m.?
Thursday, there's just like all there is 3D printing. It's a little crazy.
I tried to send you 3D
That's also
Thursday
good.
prints.
I like it.
3D Thursday blog posts.
Yeah, the theme days worked out well for us because there's so much content now.
What's Monday?
Monday, we do Manufacturing Monday.
Yeah.
And also on Monday, we like to do educational content.
Okay. Tuesday?
On Tuesday is art. A lot of art.
Tuesday, okay.
Yeah.
Wednesday is Wearable Wednesday.
Yeah,
Thursday 3D Thursday.
Yeah.
Friday's Pi Day.
Yeah. And then Saturday, we have Saturday morning cartoons, and then we do some sci-fi stuff on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
But every day is Electronics Day.
Every day is Sci-Fi Day, too. And speaking of, we have a great, cool project if you're a fan of Zelda.
I am.
Yeah. Here we go.
Coming up, we're 3D printing a wooden sword with wooden filament. Extruding wood. It's like woodworking with 3D printing. It's totally a thing now. So we just got this new spool of wooden filament, and we're trying to come up with a cool project idea. Becky was like, hey, you guys should probably print Link's wooden sword from Zelda. So here it is. Bamboo fill is a filament from ColorFab. It has recycled bamboo fibers. It prints just like PLA, so it works actually really good on most FDM 3D printers. We use the PrinterBot Plus in this project because it has that max Z height of 250 millimeters, which is really perfect for printing tall things like this sword. The design of the sword was put together in CAD by Pedro, and to create the central ridge, we cut out a slice of the top to project surfaces so that we can create a series of sketches that we can use to lop between them. And that creates this cool geometric diamond shape that's near the tip of the blade. The design files are up on the Adafruit learning system, so you're free to download and you can modify it to fit your printer. There's also a full tutorial there. You got the link in the description. So printing this whole sword in one go is probably too big for any one of our printers to print in one go. So we broke it up into 4 pieces. We put slots in the side of the parts that are split, so that'll allow internal structures to hold them together. Just like we did in the Gunblade project, we're using skinny sticks to give the parts internal support. These sticks are inserted into the slots and marked for measurement. These need to be cut down so that everything fits and looks really flush. The tolerances for the slots are going to vary depending on your shell count, but it's okay. You can trim off the corners to fit them into place. Just try not to jam them in there, and you could break it by doing that. So try not to do that. It could be bad. The cross guard has 2 slots that goes near the bottom of the blade. Simple enough on that one. To make the hilt of the sword, we're using a 7/8 wooden dowel. This is just the right diameter for a grip, so we're like using real wood with our 3D printed wood. A lot like wooden meta. You can insert the dowel into the printed parts and mark them to get the measurement of the hilt. You'll need to cut it down to size so that it fits your hands. On ours, we actually measured it so that it can fit 2 hands. That way we can hold it with 2 hands. The pommel has an opening in the bottom, and that just fits into the dowel. Easy enough, it just slips into place. The grip overlay, we printed this in NinjaFlex, and we used 2 different colors. We're using grass and caramel and the change filament option, and that makes this a multicolored part. Really, really cool. I don't think we've done that with NinjaFlex, but it's really cool. It's squishy, and it slips right onto the dowel. I think it's really nice and grippy. When you're done, you can use E6000 adhesive to permanently bond the parts together, though I think we're going to keep it separate so that we can transport it. It's like modular that way. Using a dowel as a grip is super genius on this one. It's really practical because it saves us some both time and material, and I think it's really cool that we're mixing the 2 together. So there you have it, folks. Extruding wooden filament to make wooden cosplay props. Again, this is bamboo fill, bamboo PLA filament from the guys over at ColorFab. This is a really great project for beginners, and you can learn more 3D printing CAD stuff on our 3D Hangout show. You can check that out. If you do, you can even get a coupon discount code to get 10% off your order. So you gotta check that out, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so we can update you when we have new stuff. Speaking of which, it's time to go to battle.
Alrighty, okay, so don't forget if you want to see that video and more and look on how they actually made it, the filament they used, some of the techniques.
Designing.
Yeah.
Step by step. For more details, check out 3D Thursday Hangouts every Thursday at 3 p.m.
Yep.
It's going to be on Google Plus, so check that out. And of course, it'll be on YouTube recorded as well.
Yeah.
I like how they weathered it, so like you can't tell that like once they paint it and they weather it, it looks like it's like driftwood.
Yeah. Noah and Pedro live in Florida, so they can go to some place that looks exactly like Zelda.
I know there's like a little path,
Yeah.
and there's like things like going bloop.
I had to do a
bloop
double
right
take.
here.
I'm like, wow, that's really good resolution for the new game that came out. Nope, that's just HD video from them in Florida. Okay. Okay, Pi Day. This one I wanted to. You sent me a link to this, and I also had to put it in the show. This is another cool arcade project. So I'm gonna call it. So the Raspberry Pi is the perfect platform for the retro arcade crowd.
Yeah.
Because you can.
It's just fast enough.
It's fast
small,
enough. Small enough.
Inexpensive.
All the electronic tutorials.
There's HDMI.
Yeah. So look at this build that someone did. So this is them painting it.
Yeah, they did some wood and painting. And
Yeah, there's
then
woodworking
they used
involved.
some of our tutorials. I mean, I don't think they used our stuff, but it's. I still think it's
They used the RetroPie stuff and then the tutorial for
the
it.
retro game.
Yeah, retro game. And then like here it is, like it just works.
Oh, it's so cute.
And then here's the here's it in action again.
Yeah, a little tabletop style. All right. Well, I've definitely seen dozens of arcade builds
Yeah.
with the Raspberry Pi, so I think maybe that's our arcade stick. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
No, I mean.
But if people, this is more my question for you. So
Ask.
what are if someone wanted to build something like this, where would they go? What would they do? And what are some of the things they should pick up?
Okay. Well, we have a really good tutorial called the Retrocade tutorial on learn.adafruit.com. And it covers how to wire up buttons and joysticks directly to a Raspberry Pi, so you don't even need a converter. And then you'd pick up 6 or 4, 6, 8 buttons from the Adafruit shop or any place else that sells arcade buttons. They're just standard little buttons. And a 4-way joystick as well, because you'll want to play games like joystick. And then you need a Raspberry Pi, an SD card, and a power supply, and a monitor that either does HDMI, and you can plug it in directly, or VGA, and then you get a HDMI to VGA converter. Like a lot of people have leftover VGA monitors that they're like, well, I'm not using it for anything else. I can use it for this arcade project.
Yeah.
And then you're pretty much ready to go. The cool thing is the Raspberry Pi has I/O pins, and so you can wire directly to them. You don't need to have a converter even. You can just direct connect, and it's like super fast and low cost. And it just reads the buttons directly from the header pins.
Okay. Anyways, because we get asked it a lot, so I thought that would be a good one.
We have tutorials about it.
Okay. Well, before we go into new products idea, the code is Power Boost. 10% off in the Adafruit store.
Power
all
Boost.
the way to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Okay, it is time. It is time to do new products.
Power Boost. Okay.
It's new product time.
All right, we'll do it.
Okay. Well, first up, I'll help you out because we're gonna move some stuff around.
I
here.
know we have to move fast.
Yeah. So the first thing is a special cable for the iRobot Create.
2.
Create 2.
Yes, Create 2. This is a cable that plugs into the iRobot Create, and this is a robot made by Roomba. So it's just for people who want to do robotics, but they want like a platform that's ready to go. So this is an animated GIF, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not animated GIF's not animating. But if it was animating, you'd see the hands pull off the cover, and there's a plug. And the plug connects to this cable, which is 6 feet long, so it's nice and long. And there's color-coded wires that you can plug into a breadboard or solder to. And there's a couple different, not all the pins are used, I think, but there's RX and TX. There's UART serial connection, so you can connect it to your Arduino or similar. Oh yeah, here it is.
Here it is, and you can see when you pull off the cover.
There's this little port.
Yeah, a little hack port.
Hack port. You get the serial connectivity, and then there's a data sheet that tells you what commands you can send to read and like the sensors and write the motor, so you can make it move like very easily just by saying like move forward 50 seconds or whatever. And then there's also, you can get power from the Create. So the Create has a 18-volt battery, and that is brought out on one of these pins as well. So you can use that voltage to drive your Arduino or use it for with a buck converter to like power your Raspberry Pi. So it's kind of like a nice platform that you can just like put whatever you want on top of it. Like literally, you can put a laptop or like a Raspberry Pi or an Arduino on it, and it can carry like a pound or two of weight. And then you can control it. You'll want to use this cable that will let you break out the control pins. Because otherwise, there's no way to really control it. Like you have to get to the hack port to make it do stuff.
So
otherwise, it's just like a robot cleaner thing.
A couple other cool things about this is these are from refurbished and repaired Roombas. So instead of them hitting the trash heaps, they make them into the educational platform. And if you do robotics, you spend all of your time trying to get things to move around.
Like rotary encoders and
power.
Like the sensors.
Yeah, and this has it all taken care of. So the hard part about robotics that you don't really want to spend a lot of time is taken care of. And
yeah, so you can like put like your laptop or Raspberry Pi and a Connect on there, and like you're going to town. You're having a good time.
Yeah.
So the Create 2 is out, and we carry the Create 2, and now we have a cable.
Besides iRobot, we're the only ones right now.
We'll do some projects with it.
Yeah.
We want to do some interesting projects maybe with Bluetooth Low Energy and
Okay.
create. Okay.
Okay, so next up, we have two types of LED strips that are RGB, and then they go to cool or warm. So I have a video.
Okay.
Of
Yeah.
these.
So
Which one do you want to show first? Or-
go back to the animated GIF
Well, I do have a video of this.
video. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to explain what this is. This is weird. So this is an analog LED strip, which means that all of the LEDs are controlled together. They're not digitally addressable, but maybe you don't need that for your project. It's a little bit less expensive to do it this way. And normally you have RGB LEDs. So there's a red, green, and blue LED inside of it, and you can, turn each one on and fade between colors. These strips also have a fourth element, a white LED, which is either cool white or warm white. So you see it goes from blue and it fades out, and then it fades into a warm white. And so it's very hard to get white colors by mixing RG and B. You never quite get it to be like a true white color. So this way you actually get a white LED element on there with like the correct phosphor, so you get a very beautiful white look. And I also have the cool white LED version as well. So you go to the overhead and I'll show it off. So this is the other version, and as you can see, there's 5 pads. So there's red, green, blue, and then that white, and so it'll change over to white now. So yeah, this is actually white, not mixed red, green, and blue. And if I turn this off, and I turn this on, hold on, I'm not so confused. You can see there's a little yellow element here. So there's red, green, and blue, and then yellow as a separate element of an LED. So you do need to have 4 transistors to control these, because you need to have one to control the red, green, blue, and white elements. But if you want to just basically have like an LED strip that can have like tinted white and like mixed colors, and you want to be able to actually get a true 3000 or 6500 Kelvin white, then these strips will do it. We also have LED strips that are just white, digitally controllable, but these actually have all 4 elements, which is kind of nice. Like, we haven't gotten that digitally controllable strip yet. But I think that these are kind of interesting for some people.
Okay, so here's the other one.
So yeah, that's the cool white. No, sorry, I can't even tell. I think this is the cool white one. I can only tell when they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
But it fades between the colors, and then it can fade into, give it a second.
It'll get there.
Yeah, so this is the white color. And they're very bright LEDs. So interesting decorative LEDs. And remember, they're analog, so you do have to PWM control each channel as one gigantic LED. Okay.
Okay, next up. This a lot of people were happy about this. There was a lot of tweeting going on.
Oh yeah, let me grab it. This is really big, so I'll just show this holding up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this a new villain that's gonna fight Spider-Man?
Yeah, I know. It's like totally Doc Ock. This is an interesting take on the third hand tools, and people have built these by like drilling into wood or aluminum or whatever material they have, or plastic. This one is a really nice, like super fancy anodized aluminum base. And then there's these little screw-in, like they're not coolant hoses, they're like positioning hoses, I think. And like I've seen these on like those GoPro Gorilla grippies. Do you know what I'm talking about? The ones that you wrap it around like a pole. It's the same stuff.
Is it like a Gorilla Grip, I think they're called, or something? Or like
Gorilla Pod. So it's basically the same thing. We get 4 of them, and then there's 4 alligator clips attached, and they have heat shrink on them as well. So they won't grip as sharp onto your stuff. Although I know you can always wrap it in more gaff tape, but you can set it down. It has nice bumpers, and there's little trays for holding stuff, and then you can rearrange where you want. There's like multiple places you can rearrange it into. There's all these holes tapped in, and it's just like a really, really nice third hand. And they have a bunch of photos of it being used. But if you're like kind of tired of your like miniature third hand that keeps falling over, it only has 2 grips. This is a gripping party.
Yeah.
Gripping.
Okay. All right, and then we have 2 boards that we just put these in the store just a few moments ago.
Oh wait, the servo's not here.
The servo's not here? What
Yeah.
servo?
This servo.
We just put this in?
Yeah.
Oh, did I miss it?
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about this and then you can?
Yeah, I'll go over quickly. So which one do you?
The continuous rotation servo.
Why don't you do this one?
Okay, I'll talk about that one.
This is the 9-axis, and
Okay.
I'll go find.
Hold on, I gotta get my demo ready. This is so much going on. Okay, so this is a really interesting sensor, and you might be saying like, "Wow, Lady Ada, you have like so many 9-DOF sensors. Why do you have another 9-DOF sensor? Like, aren't we already 9-DOF'd enough? Is there enough DOFs?" So this 9 degree of freedom sensor is a very interesting one, and it's different than any other one that we've seen before. It's kind of one of a kind. This sensor has built-in sensor fusion. Not like a nuclear reactor. It has a little microcontroller inside of it, and it can detect by taking all of the sensors, the magnetometer, the accelerometer, and the gyroscope, and it can take that data and it merges it together to turn it into orientation, like true like X, Y, Z, pitch, roll, yaw orientation that you don't have to do the math for. Because like chances are, like if you've ever had a 9-DOF or 10-DOF sensor and you're like, yeah, I have like all these degrees of freedom. Okay, I'm gonna like be able to tell where my thing is in space, and then you hit like Kalman filters and like AHRS like filters and code, and you're like, oh my god, this sucks. And you have to know a lot of math, and you're like, what's the difference between Euler and Quaternion? And like, this is like, it's not fun. And even like Arduinos struggle with it. And if you're doing something that has like a quadcopter or like robotics, and you're doing all this other stuff in the background, it's very hard to do that math. So this sensor, it's actually a little circuit board. Like, it's amazing. It's a teeny little circuit board that's epoxied on top, and it contains a 9 degree of freedom sensor and an ARM Cortex M0. It's called the BNO055 from Bosch. And so this sensor, like, you can ask it, just give me like accelerometer, magnetometer, gyroscope, but the power is at 100 hertz or so. You can also just get it to give you true orientation, and like it just gives you like the vector. Like, you're done. Like, you don't have to do any math, you don't do any calculation. It just gives it to you correct, like right out of the box, like instantly. So really, really easy.
How fast is this giving you data?
You can do 100 hertz on the Quaternion or Euler or gravitational vectors. It's actually in the product page. There's some calculations, like I know temperature, you can only get 1 hertz, but I think it's about 100 hertz. And it's very, very stable. Like, when I first got it working, I was like, is it crashed? I'm like, oh my god, and it's actually just not drifting, because I'm used to having the gyros drift a lot. So I have a demo here.
Yeah,
So-
how do you want to show this demo?
I thought maybe you could just hold this up.
Yeah, how about I
overhead.
hold the computer up and then you show what's going on. So
Okay,
this is a rabbit.
So it's a rabbit, and then here is, I just have basically a little Arduino with the sensor, and then hold on, I have to get it so it's oriented.
Oh, so when you move that, and this is
But I have to remember which way I turned it on.
And this is using processing?
This is processing, and as you twist and turn, it'll just follow it, and it does it like very, very well. Like, it can do twisting, which is usually like really hard to get working right, because you can't. Sorry, I'm not flat. You can't depend on gravity as much. You actually have to do it just with the gyro, and then it can do like pitch, and you can do yaw as well. And it can, this is just Euler, but you can also get Quaternion. Euler has this problem where if you flip it, it will flip around, because it doesn't know 180 versus 180. But if you use Quaternions, you don't have that issue. And we'll update our demo code to use Quaternions once I understand them, which might be a while. Look, I just never learned that stuff. But I think for people who want to do, especially they want to just get going with the robotics or art project that has like, they want to tell how you're moving, this sensor is the way to go, and it's not even that expensive. Like, it's way cheaper than having an extra Arduino and
So if I can get this
hello.
bunny underneath there.
Okay, yeah, I can sort of do it. Yes, this is the sensor here, and it uses just I2C. So got power, ground, I2C connected, and like that's it, and just streams data right out. So we have a library and tutorial and all that good stuff as well. Thanks to K-Town for writing that.
Okay.
I'm very excited about the sensor because we've tried to get a good AHRS library going for Arduino, and it's just really hard to do on an Arduino.
Okay. This is the thing you wanted to put in the
Oh
chat.
yeah, thank you.
Okay, so what is this? This is important.
This is extremely important. It's a micro continuous rotation servo, which is kind of neat. Someone actually showed up on the show and tell and said, hey, by the way, you guys don't carry continuous rotation servos in the micro format. And I said, that's because they're not available. And they said, yes, they are. And I'm like, they are. And so that day I went off and I placed an order, and a couple months later they showed up. These are little miniature rotation servos that can rotate all the way around.
Oh, right. This was on, someone showed this on our show and tell, right?
Yeah,
That's
I just
cool.
said that.
No, I'm just remembering the specific time period.
So this is just a demo,
Wow.
just showing it rotating all the way around. It's just like your standard. I mean, I know they're not really servos if it's constant rotation, like continuous rotation, but I'm just going to say they're servos because they're servo-shaped continuous rotation motor. And then on the bottom, there's a little hole that there's a little potentiometer. So if it's drifting, you can go in and tweak the 0 point. But it's great for like if you want to make a little robot or a little rotating like Lazy Susan or some other project that needs to have it rotate all the way around. You can adjust the speed, and you have a little micro servo. So I think these are cute.
Okay. And then...
Okay, that was it.
Yeah, last product of the night, I'd say this is the star of the show besides you. This is the Power Boost 1000C.
Wow! Finally.
It's here.
So exciting, there's 2 of us. Yeah, this took a while to get because I ordered PCBs and they didn't get ordered or something. But then I ordered them again, and then for real they showed up. So this is the PowerBoost 1000C, which is a 500 more C than the PowerBoost 500C. It actually is the same boost converter as the 500C, but it has a much higher quality LiPo charger. So on one side, you have a boost converter that can definitely give you 1,000 milliamps from a LiPoly or lithium-ion battery. Just make sure you have a big chunky battery because 1 amp is a lot to draw. I mean, after boosting, it's going to be like 1.5 amps from your battery. So these large 6,600 milliamp hour batteries are good. And we also have a spot for you can solder in a USB connector that's included, and we put the resistors on for iOS charge detection, so it works with an iPad. And the PowerBoost 500C doesn't work well with the iPad. This one has the resistors.
An iPad is just a giant battery that you occasionally
that you're just
look
going
at
to charge with another
that you
battery.
carry around with you.
So we put the resistors on, so it's the 1 amp hour charge. So it'll charge your devices much faster. Just don't forget you actually do have to use like a really big battery for that because they'll drain very fast. And then on the other half of the board, we stuck a LiPoly charger. So basically, the micro USB is to charge the battery, and then you can see the micro USB coming in, and then there's a battery, and then going out. So this is basically like a little power pack. You can charge the battery, and then disconnect the charger and keep running. Okay, so just hold here. So on the left hand, you can see there's the charger circuit, and normally we use like a teeny little SOT 23.5 charger, and this time we went all out, and we went with the MCP 73871, I remember the part number, which is a very smart charger. And the smart chargingness of it is what lets us call it a PowerBoost 1000C. So this can charge at a rate of 1 amp at a time, which is much higher than usual. So you can charge the battery very fast. So make sure you're charging it with a port that can give you a full amp. And secondarily, it has load sharing, smart load sharing. So the problem with the 500C is that if you had a battery plugged in and you were charging it and drawing current, any power would come in, charge the battery, and then come back out and go to the booster. And so it wasn't very efficient because you had the battery in the way. And also you couldn't run it without the battery plugged in because the battery was required to kind of stabilize the system. This charger, however, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's smarter. When you plug in the USB connector on the micro USB side, it says, oh wait, I'm charging the battery. So it switches over to, it takes the 5 volts from USB and brings that right up to the boost converter so that there's no loss of efficiency there. And then any leftover current is used to charge the battery, and so it's much kinder on your battery because it doesn't constantly charge and discharge. Yeah. And also, you don't have to have the battery plugged in, so you can hot swap battery and you can hot swap the USB.
You just solve 8 billion problems I've seen with people trying to do power for
it's all the Raspberry Pi projects because people I was like, oh, you can use the Raspberry Pi, but then I didn't realize people were going to plug all this other crap into their Pi. So now you can actually draw a full amp from it and also charge the battery at the same time and then disconnect. And you can be a lot more flexible, and it won't discharge the battery continuously. However, I just want to put one warning that I determined while testing. You need to have a really high quality power adapter to charge the live poly battery if you're going to draw an amp and use it as a UPS. So use our 5-volt 2 amp power supply with the really thick cables, because I tried using like a cheaper one that didn't have the thick cables and the voltage drop really mattered. So really, like, you have to use the really nice 5-volt 2 amp power supply, because you're going to be drawing 2 amps and the voltage drop is significant. So I have a little demo I'm just going to show off.
Okay, demo time.
Yeah, let's do this demo. So here I've got, hold on, let's go.
So this is a Raspberry Pi without being plugged into the wall.
Yeah, this is
Crazy.
the 5-inch display, and we've got it connected up to our Pi Keepa that we showed off last week. And then over here, I've got the Power Boost 1000, and
1000C.
1000C.
Let's just get this.
Sorry, let's get this straight. And you can see I'm just kind of moving my mouse around. I didn't attach the touch screen, but so it is working. And then it's currently charging the battery while also charging the Pi up, like running the Pi. And like just to demo, I can stop charging the battery and everything is still running.
Oh.
And then plug it back in.
So it is like a UPS.
It's like a UPS, and then I can also just disconnect the battery.
Wow. So that's like a magic trick.
And it still works. I mean, like you can basically like it's smart enough that it'll take the power from USB, and you can like hot swap batteries, and you can run it.
Man, there are so many Pi projects that people are going to be able to do because they need to charge. Like solar is a good example. They need to charge, but then the power sources are switching.
It's inconsistent.
And they don't want to turn the Pi off
yeah.
because it's a little Linux computer that you want to constantly have doing stuff.
That said, I don't guarantee it won't reset your Raspberry Pi, just because if you're jittery and you might disconnect.
It's very neat for Internet of Things projects. You could potentially have an Arduino that would just like be running forever.
For portable Raspberry Pi projects, this is definitely the solution, because not only because it can do the higher current that Raspberry Pis and BeagleBones can do, but it just has that hot swap capability, and it's just like much more sturdy. And you can have the battery, and like it'll keep it charged.
That's cool that you did a live demo doing that. That's a little risky.
It's a little risky. I mean, look, it still runs. And that was just like because like one time I did it, and I accidentally kind of like jittered this cable, and it came on. You have to be careful, but as long as you keep either the battery or the charge connected, it'll work.
Okay.
So yeah, this is hopefully going to solve all the problems that people who had with the 500C works great. It's a lovely boost charger converter, but this one's much smarter, and I think just watch out.
Can you do it again? Can you unplug everything again? I just want to see if you can do it. Two in a row.
I can unplug the battery.
Okay, the battery's now unplugged.
Still working. Still running.
It's still running.
Still running.
Okay.
And then I can't unplug this.
You can't unplug that at all.
But then I plug this in, and
plug that in.
now it switches over to the battery.
Now it's battery, so now it's like, oh my gosh.
Now it's definitely.
And is the Pi still running?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
My mouse.
That's cool.
So yeah, it can run like the Pi and the monitor, and like it got Wi-Fi and some USB thing, and all this good stuff. All right.
Well, guess
That's
what?
my demo.
That was a new product. Those new products. Good work. Okay. We're running a little late on time, but that's okay. We're gonna show.
All right, but we had to do a lot.
Yeah.
Look, I had the Power Boost 5,000 billion C.
You folks can start typing up some questions in the comments on YouTube and Ustream. We were answering some during the show, but.
Okay.
While they're doing that, top secret time, just an update really. Here is our new ESP line. We're calling this what? The Huzzah?
Huzzah.
Yeah, the Huzzah line. And this is the little FCC certified breakout. It's the ESP 2082.
8266.
8266.
Look,
I always forget what it is.
Leave the engineering to me.
I know.
It's our future breakout. It's fun. It's got level shifting. It's got voltage regulation. It works with Arduino very nicely when you use our proxy to install the ESP8266 add-on. It comes with the Lua interpreter built in, but you can remove that and do something else. We've been doing some fun projects with I/O with it. I think it'll be nice and an easy way for people to make Internet of Things projects for cheap, but good.
Okay.
And I actually really liked it. I was just a little bit unsure whether these modules were really good because I was using the AT interface, but once you actually skip the AT interface and go straight to the Node MCU or Arduino direct programming, they actually work quite well.
Okay. I think this is going to be the kind of maker Internet of Things device for a while. CC3000 for a bit. I think this is going to be the
Look,
next
we
one.
evolve.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
evolving.
ready? I'm going to do. You're going to
This
do
is my
some,
final form.
You're going
What's
to be
up?
some speed round
Yeah.
stuff because we want to get you out of here. For the, are you going to ever release a smarter PowerBoost 500C?
The 1000C is basically the smarter version of the 500C.
Okay. Next up,
That's probably
question for the analog LED strips: is there such thing as a quad MOSFET chip instead of using 4 transistors?
There are quad MOSFET chips out there. They're sometimes sold as like DIY H-bridge like chips, and they have a big heat sink. So you don't have to use 4 individual MOSFETs. I just don't sell them, and I don't have a part number offhand. But you can check DigiKey Mauser or whatever. They definitely exist.
Okay. On my LiPo charger, I can't pull out the JST connector from the female, and how do you pull these out? I guess it's because our batteries, we have the JST connector.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a mechanical thing, check if. Well, first off, sometimes they're a little tight at first, but if you don't have ones with genuine JST connectors, they stick. So one of the things that we're really picky about is all of our batteries come with a genuine JST on them. If you use the knockoffs, which are like 1 penny less, they stick in there. They don't remove. And other companies sometimes use those. We don't recommend it. We recommend using the genuine connectors only.
Does the Keepa come with a LCD screen, or does it just have the hat portion?
The Keepa is only the hat itself, because that way it's less expensive and you can choose which size display you want. You use 7-inch, 5-inch, 4.3-inch, touch, no touch.
Does the PowerBoost 1000C work with the Pi 2?
It'll work with anything that uses USB power.
Okay.
In fact, I think this is a Pi 2.
Yeah. Is Adafruit IO open yet? Yeah, we have limited beta folks. We're still just in testing.
You can tell we're getting through the testing.
Okay. Next up, any thoughts on what's happening in MakerBot? We walked by the MakerBot store and it's closed. We knew people that were there, and this is, by the way, when a company takes funding and a company gets acquired by a publicly held company, you are at the whim of investors or markets or whatever, or new CEOs.
Consultants.
Or whatever. And so one of the things Adafruit hasn't done yet, maybe we will change our minds one day, but we've never taken a loan or venture capital. We're not against it, but it's allowed us to control the company, and it's made our growth very sustainable, and we've not put ourselves in a situation where we overextended, so we haven't had to ever do layoffs or anything. So if there's someone out there who lost their job at MakerBot and they're amazing, let us know.
We're always hiring.
Yeah. Next up. How fast is your shipping? Usually,
fast.
99% of the orders go out pretty much immediately now. We have 11 a.m. cutoff, but everything else.
For guaranteed next day.
Yeah, for guaranteed next day. But our shipping is faster than ever. Let's see. Let me pop over to the other ones. There's multiple ones. Okay, this person had a question about, is there any way to speed up the servo control using the Adafruit motor shield using the MPU 6050? I move IMU and it moves normal. Anyone will say, but I would like it to speed up the motor speed.
Well, I don't know if the MPU 6050 would speed up the motors. If you want to speed up your motors, one thing you can do is use a higher voltage. The Adafruit motor shield is not a very fast stepper motor driver specifically, just because it's kind of like, it doesn't use like a chopper current drive. So you might want to use individual stepper motor controllers. That might let you spin them faster.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's see. Is it possible to drive one of these? This is the 1431, our product, OLED breakout with electric imp.
Probably. The OLEDs all use SPI, and so they're pretty easy to port, but you will have to adapt the code to the electric imp. You might want to maybe have, I don't know how to do that, unfortunately, because I've never written in like Squirrel or whatever the language is that you write for the electric amp. But there's no reason why it couldn't control SPI as long as it has 4 or 5 I/O pins. It can definitely bang SPI. It just might be slow, but it can do it.
What's the best, cheapest 3D printer? We like the PrinterBot.
We like the PrinterBot Simple Metal.
Yep.
That's kind of like, seems to be like a very popular one for
It's funny, the
beginners.
market kind of decided there's a certain footprint and a certain size, and I got a stack of them over there. Oh, quick, to the cam. Maybe.
Warehouse cam.
Oh yeah, see them? They're right there.
That's right. That's the printer bots.
Yeah, we go through like a.
They look so teeny.
Yeah,
I'm crushing your printer bots.
I am a forklift. Okay. All right. So let's. Those are the questions. You got through a lot of them.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Someone wants to know when will we have Power Boost 1000 seeds back in stock? We already.
Tomorrow, maybe.
Okay.
We sold out fast, but we're making more. Sign up.
And then we got some blue fruits that have been out of stock for a while. Are we just waiting for the supplier?
No, I have to adapt the firmware in the tester because we got it to work with Linux, and I just have to spend like 5 or 6 hours with Linux to make sure it works, and then we'll release it.
You have to spend 5 or 6 hours with Linux.
Which is really like 20 hours probably. But
Linux time.
We're getting there.
All right. Well, let's do a trivia question.
Linux. I love Linux.
What is
It just takes time.
What are the rules? And I'll tell everybody the powers.
The rules are, if you've ever won anything from this fabulous show, you can't win again. Only one winner per my lifetime. If you don't win, you can't call us up on the phone or come here and tell us that we're wrong. The first person to answer the...
don't do any of those things.
Don't do those things, okay? The first person to type in the correct answer into the YouTube or Ustream chat, whichever Mr. Lady Ada sees first, is the winner. The prize is a fun pack.
Yeah, this is the prize this week. So it's like $100 worth of stuff. This is an Arduino,
NFC shield.
NFC shield, some
NFC tags. USB cable.
Some little rubber bumpers.
And
a power supply.
Power supply.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why this is a giveaway. So there's journalists who contact us and they say, oh, we want to do a story about, all this maker stuff and everything. But we can't keep the stuff, so we said, no problem. We'll send it out to you. So they did a great review of our.
And it works well.
Yeah, it works great. But then they have to send it back. Now we can't sell this, so we thought we'd give this away as a prize.
But it's extremely useful and it all works.
So it all works, and you get this tags and everything, and it's super handy.
It's basically RFID NFC Arduino starter kit.
Yeah.
Boy, wouldn't you like to have that? Well, if you answer correctly the way Phil thinks is correct, you win. What's the question?
The question is, what is the name of the lovable resistor character that's on our site that has a video game named after it?
And it is our CAPTCHA mascot.
Yeah.
What is his name?
So whoever types in the
name
of the lovable resistor character, you win. And you have to spell it right.
And you have to spell it right.
That's right. You have to spell it right.
Okay.
Ray Bryden this is a close one. Ray Bryden, congratulations, Ray Bryden. Wow. Whoa,
Wait, okay, stop. Ray Bryden in the YouTube chat.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Ray Bryden.
It's Mo.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you have won this fun pack.
Yeah.
Full of fun.
Blam.
Email support@adafruit.com and tell them that you won. Ray Bradbury, what was his name again?
His name was Ray Bryden.
Ray Bryden.
Yeah, good work.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Fast fingers.
So Ray Bryden, email support@adafruit.com. Tell them that you won the little RFID prize pack. Tell them it's on Phil's desk if you want to help me out a little bit, because that's where it's actually going.
It's going to go on Phil's desk.
It's going to Phil's desk. And we'll send this out to you tomorrow. Okay, that's the show for tonight, Lady Ada. Ran over a little late. Sorry about that.
I know.
We're here every single week. Cool. For all the folks who want to check us out, it is Wednesdays, 7:30 show and tell, and then 8 p.m. Ask an Engineer. Don't forget. We have a great show lined up for next week and more. And
sorry, shutting down my Linux.
Yeah, and good work on everything.
We have many more exciting new. This is going to be a little bit of a new products bonanza for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We have about 12 designs that we're getting through.
And we're going to do a picture of a cat.
Meow.
We're going to see everybody next week. We're going to have our moment of Zener, and then I'm going to play a spinny video of our new product we're hopefully shipping next week is the Arduino Gemma. We'll put that video on the way out.
It's a cool video.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
Spin away.